Welcome to the Liverpool Connection podcast. We have just finished watching Chelsea 1, Liverpool 1. Fair result, first game of the season. I'm here with Carlsberg, Standard Chartered and Crown Paints.
We got it all covered.
Better known as Addy and Mike. Welcome, Addy. This is your first time. How are you doing?
Pretty good. I know we've been talking about having me on here for a bit. I'm glad I finally made it.
We have. We are glad to have you here. And Mike,
yes,
you're becoming a bit of a regular.
Oh, this is my third pod, so
I don't know. That's pretty regular. That counts.
I wouldn't start calling me a regular yet.
Well,
but,
yeah. So, all right. So the game's just finished.
Yeah.
Thoughts overall? What do you think?
I thought Anthony Taylor won the game. First game on the road, 1-1, fair result. They were the more attacking side, I think. Liverpool had their chances, but just sloppy passing. So,
did anything surprise you out of that game? I mean, for me, not a lot of surprises.
No.
We look good going forward.
No.
We look a little bit suspect at the back. I thought first half we look pretty good.
I'm really excited to see what McAllister does.
McAllister was exceptional, wasn't he?
He
is.
Quality
Quality
midfielder, yeah.
We know that. But first off, we started pretty well.
Yeah.
Let's talk us through the goal from Diaz.
Oh my God, the pass from Mo on that goal, it just, it just left me with my mouth open. Like I was flabbergasted by that pass. It was incredible. So
a brilliant finish by Diaz.
Yeah.
And then we get into the VAR with Mo Salah. Addy, you had thoughts on this?
Well, I mean, it obviously, well, first of all, it was a great goal. But, to the naked eye, it did look like Salah might have been just on, but I mean, you can't argue when they draw that line down the field and stuff. So, but I do think Liverpool were the dominant team for the first 15-20 minutes. I say dominant, loosely, relatively speaking, but I think that was the time for us to take a 2-0 lead, and that could have changed, the direction of the game. But I think I mentioned it to you outside. I'm still kind of perplexed by the lack of penalty on that clear handball, and I know they've been changing the rule for that 4 times a season, it feels like, the last couple of years, so maybe I'm just not up to date on it. But I mean, I've followed football closely for 40 plus years, odd because I'm only 25, but I feel like the handball rule across all 40 years, that would have been a penalty, I feel. I don't know. What did you guys think of that?
I don't see how that's not a penalty. I don't know I couldn't hear the TV, so I didn't hear the rationale.
Yeah, I mean, the ball playing the hand is I guess going to be the reason.
The player even said, it hit my hand.
Well, it was obvious.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like it was down by his side, which all the things you've been taught to look for in the last so many decades.
Is his hand in an unnatural position?
Yes,
like
it was up
that's
here.
an unnatural position to me. I mean,
I don't know. Back in the day, I used to consider ball playing the hand versus hand playing the ball and so on. But I also feel over the last year or two, they've chopped and changed that rule so much that I honestly don't know what the current policy is right now.
Yeah, I can't keep up with the new rules. There's so many of them every year.
So and that was in the second half, wasn't it? Second half. So
yes.
Back to the first half, and then Chelsea get back into the game.
Yeah.
With the goal. Any thoughts on that? Could Trent have done a little bit better? I know Alisson was coming out, so it was kind of, you could see he was reacting to that a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know. Just the ball bounced. The way the ball bounced, I don't think there was much Trent could do. I mean, he could have been closer to Disasi. Is that how you say his name?
However you want to say it.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now on the TV.
It works.
I drew a blank and then I looked up and.
Plus when the kind of shots like not clean.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of scrappy, and you can't.
It had a
really-
weird spin on it.
Yeah,
It was
you can't really
like,
account for any of that. I mean,
he just had to hit it the right. He just had to hit
I
it,
think
and that's
you
what
know.
he did.
I think Liverpool should have been up 2-0 by then,
Yeah.
and that could have probably changed some of the
I agree.
direction.
2-0 and the game is different. I
Yeah,
think.
and you know the Salah goal was fractionally off, unfortunately, but I do think our best phase of the game was the first 15-20 minutes,
Yeah.
which is fair away from home.
Yeah.
And then we get into the second half. We discussed the potential penalty. That didn't happen. Second half, Chelsea had a little bit more control.
Yeah. They definitely controlled the game.
Yeah.
But there was a spell around the 75th to the 85th minute where Liverpool kind of took
I
control
think
back.
the first 15-20
Yeah.
minutes and then the last like 10-15
Yeah.
minutes we looked best, and in the middle Chelsea was definitely
Yeah.
dominating more, but it was at Stamford Bridge. It's the first game of the season, as you guys said, so you know we'll take a 1-1 on the
Yeah.
road against Chelsea.
So let me ask you this: a lot's going to be made out about it. It's going to be a big deal. I didn't think it was that much of a big deal, but the Salah substitution,
Ooh.
you know, he's coming off the pitch.
Oh, he was not happy.
He's going
I
to
think-
be upset. He's Mo Salah. He has
I
a
think
fantastic
that's all
record,
fine.
scoring in the first game
I
every
think it's-
season. But
I mean, you know, it's the cliche, like no player's happy to be subbed off.
No.
And, you know, I like that kind of fire and passion in a player. You know, like I don't think it's a negative thing.
No,
I don't
not
think
at all.
I don't think Klopp's gonna react to it adversely. I don't think the rest of the team is. It's just a natural thing, and you know, I almost want to see that more than like I'm just gonna quietly
Right.
go off to the corner or whatever. Like, I feel like the team probably also gets some energy from seeing, you know, one of their leaders, one of the best players, kind of showing that disgust. And you know, again, you all think everything he was doing was because he got subbed. Sure, it probably triggered it, but I'm sure some of that frustration was just at the game, and you know the way the game had gone so far, maybe the lack of the penalty.
And you have to think that Klopp knew that was going to be the reaction from
Yeah,
him.
I don't
You
think
know,
there's
when
anything
when it
to
popped
it.
into his head.
I like that. That is.
Yeah.
It's a world class
Right.
player that wants to be on the pitch all the time. He wants to score goals. He was probably still pissed off that
Right.
his goal was disallowed to VAR.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
And
And-
for him and Diaz, it was obviously all
Right.
tactical, fresh legs,
Yeah.
all of that. So
Well-
it's not like Salah was the only sub. You know?
If he had stormed off into the tunnel, that would have been a whole different thing.
Yeah, that probably would have been an
That-
injury.
And then, of course, Nunes came on, had a
Yeah.
fantastic effort
Yeah,
towards the end of the
deflected.
game.
Yeah.
But
Could have gone anywhere.
other than that, I mean, away from home, we're not the final build of what we want to see this season. We know we
course.
need reinforcements, etc.
It's the
1-1
first
is a good
game.
result. You never want to lose first game of the
No.
season. And away from home, you want to get out of there, get a point. We got that. We move on, and now hopefully we can add what
Right.
we need going forward. Who knows what's going to happen? Like later tonight, tomorrow, it feels like this transfer saga changes by the minute.
I joked and said Caicedo was going to make his decision at halftime, and he's going to have the hats on the team. He's going to put the hat of the team that he wants to play. I don't know if you make a decision based on this game, because I don't know. I'd still play for the team with the actual sponsor on their shirt.
A team that can get some deals done and you know, some business transactions going on.
So what do you think? So, you know, we'll add a little bit about this at the end, just because it's going to be in the news. Caicedo, Romeo Lavea. Are we going to get both of them? Are we going to get one of them? Are we going to get none of them? Where do you think at the moment?
I think we're going to get one of them. I think we're going to get one.
Fair.
Yeah.
As you alluded to, it's just become comical. It's like a saga at this point, where it's like, you know, every morning you wake up and you're like, what can it be today?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's to say, we're recording this right after the game.
Right.
So by the time I put this out,
Who knows?
who knows what's going to happen.
Somebody else could jump in and send 115 mil his way. I don't know.
But we'll end this pod with the two new signings that are on the pitch today.
Yes.
We saw McAllister
Yes.
and we saw Soboslai.
Yes.
Let's start with McAllister. I know we touched upon that a little bit earlier, but McAllister.
Yeah,
what are your thoughts?
I think bringing someone like him is going to be amazing for the team. I mean, you know, again, it's cliches and stuff, but he just won the World Cup.
Yeah.
And, you know, I think all of that has some intangible effects on the team. And, you know, I think besides being an absolutely awesome skilled player that he's going to contribute as. I think he will also add a little bit to the dressing room, as they say, with a little bit more, hopefully, bite, experience, clarity, perspective, all those things.
And I mean, with McAllister, I would say he was probably the most important player for Argentina in that World Cup, besides the obvious, and Martinez in goal. He made everything click around them.
And he wasn't as annoying as Martinez in goal. So.
Exactly. I don't know. I find Martinez funny. I think his antics are.
I think if he played for a team I supported, I would probably think the same. Yeah. It's easy how that switches over depending on who you're supporting.
And Soboslai looks quality acquisition.
He's gonna. I mean, you can
still
see
working on the pronunciation, but
a little rough on the edges. But I think he's gonna slot right in. And,
he's got that little bit of class, right?
Yes.
I mean, you saw that today on the ball, fantastic.
And I think
set pieces.
He caused that handball, and that was his corner kick. No handball call was. So
yeah, he's got a lot of class to Soboslai. I thought he had a really good game as well.
Yep.
Yeah.
So excited for them too. I think I'm excited for McAllister, excited for Soboslai. We do need extra in midfield. We know that.
Yep.
That is something that has been spoken about.
Definitely need another right back, and I think we need a center back, another center back,
and potentially backups. Another center back as well.
Yeah.
But good. Yeah, 1-1.
Yeah.
Fair result.
Yep.
Fairly happy with it.
I'll take it.
Could easily have lost that. Could easily have won that.
Yep.
1-1. We move on to the next game. But any final
next
thoughts?
Game is Bournemouth, right?
Yeah.
What happened the last time is that at Anfield?
Hopefully.
Okay, if it's at Anfield.
Weird if you don't.
What happened the last time we played Bournemouth at Anfield?
You ready for this, aren't you? Yeah, keep going.
8?
9?
Was it 9?
9-0.
9-0. Yeah.
Well,
I'll take it.
I'll take a 1-0.
I'll take a
honestly.
Yeah.
but you gotta. I mean, obviously, you start over scratch, and I think obviously we have to win that game. Otherwise, I don't want another season to go the way last season.
Last season, four or five games was like 70% of our goals.
Yeah.
something ridiculous like that. But yeah, I don't want that either. But we'll see. I mean, I'll take a 2-1, 2-0 next week.
I'll take a 1-0.
You take a 1-0.
So I want the 3 points.
So Addy, to my left, as well as Mike, is a bit of an Austin legend, a bit of an entrepreneur. Anything big coming up that you want to talk about? Any new projects? Any new events?
Who's having lunch with Addy this week?
Could be anyone. I've been working on. Obviously, it's been great to see how the supporters club has come along. We started this in 2001, so it's 22 years now.
Wow.
Getting people together. I remember the early days. I used to force co-workers of mine to come to the pub just to get to 20 people and stuff. And today was just amazing to see. We were at capacity well before the game started. People lined up outside just watching from outside the perimeters because thankfully you can still get a pretty decent view from there. So, I think out of all my projects, starting the supporters club in 01 has probably been one of the most fulfilling and long-lasting one. And obviously Steven and all the team that's been doing it for the years since have, only taken it up to the next level. And I don't really want to talk about my lunch stuff right now. I felt the Liverpool Supporters Club stuff was probably the best.
So the Austin Liverpool Sports Club, which of course Addy is talking about, the original creator of that.
Yeah, 2001.
And we of course have been at BD Riley's for a while now. It was absolutely slammed. We were at capacity 30 minutes before kickoff. And if you want to be a member of the Austin Liverpool Sports Club, we do have membership packs as well, which Mike Harrell has. And what do we have in the pack this summer? Let's have a look. And we of course do these every single season. We got a new scarf. There we go. Put that up there.
And go the other way.
Very nice. Turn that around. Very good.
All right.
What else? What other special gifts?
I have like 23 scarves. There's a Christmas ornament.
Very nice.
Yeah.
If you had two, you could have your ears pierced. And
That'll go on my Charlie Brown Christmas tree. What'd you say?
If you had two, you could get your
Oh,
ears
yeah.
pierced.
Actually, I do. Another one
Oh, okay, good.
from one of the last year or the year before.
And what about the tumbler?
Oh, this is
That is pretty sweet.
why I bought it this year. It did not go with the light membership.
There we go.
Very nice.
There we
So,
go. Now we just need sweatbands and we'll be set.
I know,
Exactly.
we do. So, I want to thank you to BD Riley for supporting us. We're going to wrap this up. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, all of that good stuff. And
As
thanks to
always.
Mike, thanks for Addy, and always.
As always, a shout out to the BD Riley staff. They are stellar.
They are.
Tip them well. They deserve it.
And we'll see you later. Cheers.
Cheers.